Okay, so imagine this scenario. You compress your irons much better. You hit less than 5% of your iron shots a week and off to the right. Now, I can't promise you're not going to hit any shots off to the right following this advice, but I know certainly you're going to hit less. And it's all to do with how your club lies at the ground and your wrist angles just before you move the club away. Promise me, you'll do me a favour here, you'll check this. What we have to do here is just check that angle in your left wrist to start with. Now, there's two scenarios we've got to play out here. Before we go through a 3-step process, I just want you just to check, make sure you're not doing it. It's very simple, but it has a massive effect on your ability to compress the golf ball. Now, what we see is, scenario number 1 is a golfer that stands to that golf ball correctly. The toe is slightly lifted off the ground to start with, but then just before we move that club away, we want to feel a bit more compact. We want to feel a bit more powerful, so we tense up. So we then stand up with the body and the handle goes higher and you get the wrist to move in this direction. You then also got the second scenario here is a golfer that would stand to it very much toe into the ground because they want to feel this connection through the left arm down to the club. Now, that has massive implications to what happens to your club face. Now, essentially, listen to this. The higher you get your handle, the more the heel comes off the ground, the more the toe goes into the ground, the more likely your club face is to point out to the right. And therefore, more likely, it's going to point that way at impact. So also sort of isolates those wrists in the swing. So look at this here. This is what I'm saying. If you push the club this way, the loft of your club points out to the right. So you could do loads of good things in your swing, but it's all gone because of that starting position. Equally, if the hands are really low, it's then going to go a little bit off to the left. So we've got to get it just right. Let's get into that, how we do that. So stage 1 of this fix, all we've got to make sure is that the toe of our club is slightly off the ground at address. Now that's just simply because of how the shaft works on the way down, the toe will be pushed down. So if it starts too down already, that's really going to have massive implications to your strike. So look at that down here at player cam and down close at the golf ball. I could probably fit like a 50p piece, or wherever you're watching from, a little bit of a coin underneath that toe of the club, ever so slightly off the ground. So that's stage 1, done and dusted. And what I'm a big believer of here is you address the golf club to how it sits. So if it sits like this, you're going to come and stand like this. If it sits down here, you're going to go and stand like this. So stage 2, we've now got to grip the golf club to how it's standing right now, right? So I've got the toe slightly off the ground and then going to place my hands on the club, trying not to move the toe, okay? Build those hands on. I always put my left hand on first and then my right. Now what you'll notice here, I have a slight bit of cupping in my left wrist and I've still kept the toe of the club in the air. So now we've got addressed the golf ball, now we've got the right grip, that's stage 1 and 2 done and dusted. All we need now is a feeling to stop us moving away incorrectly. Now remember, we're trying to stop this, either starting here or moving into this before we pull the club away. Let's get into stage 3. I've just got to test this feeling for myself before I give it you here. That's it. And I'll tell you what I was feeling to get that. See how that started? Directly down my ball to target line. Now, if you're wondering where I get all these ideas from the content, it's from you. I look through all the comments daily and I see the biggest questions that are asked here on the channel and I pick them out so I can help you improve. Now, if you want to get involved, it's easy. Subscribe, turn on the bell, just because you won't want to miss me answering your question or any of your queries that you just pop down below in the comments. Now, that swing thought I just had was this, and this is a Jack Nicklaus tip, this one. So we've got our address position, stage 1, with the toe of the club. Stage 2, we're addressing, keeping that slight bit of cupping in there. And see, it's like my arms hang naturally. It wouldn't be natural to start here. I find it's a lot more comfortable too. I imagine now there's some razor blades sat just above here, and this is what Jack Nicklaus swore by. we imagine we don't want to work into those razor blades in any way, shape or form. So I felt as though my left shoulder was sort of pushing that club away. I'm not pulling it away with my right hand. I feel like I'm pushing it away. And just for a feeling for that, put your finger in the middle of your sternum and push it away. See how I'm not changing that shaft angle at all? I'm moving that club away exactly as we should. And don't be scared to just feel those little waggles on the course. I would really encourage that. That really felt compressed, because now I can. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel here for free, simple golf tips that are powered by you.